Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to The King's Speech. So we're getting caught up on some Shonen Jump stuff this weekend. I just finished recording the videos for the last two chapters of Akane Banashi. So we're going to get around to the next chapter of Kaiju here in just a second. Just a few quick channel update things before we get into this video proper. So I'm pausing read-throughs until next weekend, just because it's a long weekend here. And because sad season is upon us, for those of you that don't know, that stands for seasonal affective depression. Just around like the winter time, because of the fact that there's less daylight hours, people tend to suffer from depression. Just tends to be a harder time of month for us, and that applies to me as well. So yeah, these kind of months just tend to be a little bit harder mentally for a lot of us. And so this year I kind of want to be a little bit more aware of my whole mental state, energy levels, things like that, because I usually tend to kind of try to power through it in the past, which ends up leading me to burnout, and I kind of just pause on creating videos, content, stuff like that for a little while. So this year I want to kind of try to pace myself better so I don't burn out as badly as I have in prior years, so we'll see how all that goes. So that's why I'm only doing Shonen Jump stuff today, and we'll get back to read-throughs next weekend. But still, a lot of great content is going to be coming your way. So if you haven't already, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I said, I really love it when you press those little buttons, and so does YouTube's algorithm, because it lets it know that, hey, these videos are good, they're worth promoting to a wider audience, which really helps me out a lot, kind of finding new people to come enjoy my videos and my series. So if you'd like to help me out with that, that would be greatly appreciated. And one other thing with Kaiju number 8, I kind of noticed this as I was going through my videos and stuff this weekend. I didn't apparently upload a video for chapter 92, and I looked because I couldn't find a copy of it. I have no memory of having read chapter 92, so I don't know if it somehow just escaped my notice, and I just never recorded a reaction to that, so I'll upload a video for that today as well, along with the recent chapter. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know all of that. But without further ado, let us get into it with Kaiju number 8, chapter 94, by Naoya Matsumoto. So we pick up where we left off last time with number 9's tail, or not number 9, it's number 10. Number 10's tail, flipping around behind the other Kaiju, piercing its, the little bulb, whatever thing, the Kaiju's core from behind. And you have, God, what is Hoshin not watching it? You have a Grum. I think he's trying to regenerate his hand is what the effect is. Yeah. So it's trying to regenerate his hand, like it shoots out the blade again with a swish. And he's like, it still has fight left in it after getting its core pierced. It's like, you really are one tough son of a gun. And of course you have translation David Evelyn, lettering by Brandon Bovia. And as it does that, you see a tick and you see the cords kind of cracking apart. And you see steam just pouring out of it. And it looks like, nope, that it was indeed the end. As number 10 is also watching it through the little Kaiju eye on Hoshiro's chest piece armor. And he's like, Kaiju number 12, you may have been my enemy, but bravo, as it just collapses face forward. And you see back in the control room with Okanogi going, the target's vitals, they're gone! Vice Captain Hoshin has neutralized number 12! And he just collapses onto his back as well, as you have all the people just cheering. He's like, alright, now that we're done with that Kaiju, let's fight the officers! So I was confused. There's me at number 10, so he's roaring to go still. It's like, give me a break, dope. I can't even move my body. And you have Captain, it's like, Hyogo Prefecture, Himeji City. We're getting word that Soshiro won. It's like, I can hardly believe he's able to solo an identified Kaiju. So of course he was. They say that Kaiju challenged Soshiro to close quarters combat, didn't they? That sure as hell wasn't a good idea. And you see a blonde ponytail Captain Bro sticking out his tongue. It's like, he may be no good with guns, but when it comes to the blade, he's a prodigy. He stands above everyone in the Hoshida family, past or present. So care to give him a few congratulatory words over the radio then? It's like, nah, I think not. It's like, but why? It's like, because he friggin' hates my friggin' guts. It's like, for real. He's just tears streaming down his face. It's like, he cut ties with me for always taunting him about being a wimp when we were kids. So then you are reaping what you sowed, sir. It's like, just picture it. Your little brother, 5 years your junior, rapidly closing the gap between the two of you. The more you spar with him. It was terrifying. It's like I taunted him to demotivate him, but it had the opposite effect. It's like, you're quite the terrible brother, sir. And you have the suspected Honjo's emerging. God, this is going to be a mouthful to say. Nishia Shirocho. It's like, last I kaiju. It's like, Roger. It's like, well, the bigwig's reared its ugly head. It's like, guess I ought to get out there and show some dignity like a big brother should. And you have a report. Vice Captain Hoshin has defeated kaiju number 12. The area around Chofu Airport has been brought under control. You have Kikoru going, that's Vice and Captain Hoshina for you. And Kafka's like, that leaves one identified class threat. He's like, Tachikawa, it's in your hands. You have Tachikawa City, Tokyo. You have Captain Ashiro. And that's the big, like, block kaiju with, like, the multiple faces around it. So kaiju number 14 is still invading and destroying Tachikawa City streets. It has been teleporting erratically, making it impossible for Captain Ashiro to intercept it with Kuranos. And you have a Fuim as all the mouths open and just start blasting out these lasers and like a line around them. And you have a Gua and an Eek and a Mommy as you have a bunch of citizens like taking cover in the shelters. You have, don't worry, it'll be fine. I'm absolutely certain she'll take care of it. You have fire, and you have like a bunch of soldiers just firing. You have launch as a bunch of ships are firing rockets off at it. This feels like it's an Evangelion reference. We have like kaiju summoning like this little shield orb around it. You have target is unscathed. Its shield is too strong after all. He's like, we don't have the means to take down an identified class kaiju. And then you hear, then consider them warning shots, but don't stop shooting. Sniper unit wrangle target to point F. Ground unit provide backup while disposing of Yoju. You have Roger. You have operators and science team analyze and calculate the target's teleportation pattern. You have Roger. You have, don't worry, Takao. We have a way. That's so goddamn sick. And you have Ashiro with her fucking big ass gun on her shoulder, riding the tiger as she goes in for a slide, Akira style. Yeah, I'm going to shoot right through it. Oh god. Oh, it's just so incredibly sick. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Alright, so not too much more to say on this chapter. Just some quick thoughts. So I love that we're finally kind of getting to the climax of this arc. So yeah, I'm kind of just glad that we're kind of like wrapping it up. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen next with like once all the big kaiju are going to be taken down. I wonder what number 9 is going to do. So I'm more excited, I think, for that than anything. Apart from that said, sorry, I'm just tumbling over my words here. Art is always this phenomenal. I feel like that chapter 92 must have covered something I missed, because I did not remember that Blondie here is apparently Hoshina's brother. I don't know if we saw that in an earlier chapter or not, but that just went right over my head. So, yeah, I'll see if that's what the chapter I might have missed, had info on. Apart from that, it'll be interesting to see if this kaiju has any kind of special abilities, or if it's going to be able to actually push Ashiro to do something. Because I think so far all we've seen is like we've seen her basically one-shot every single like major kaiju target she's had to fight. So I'm wondering if this fight is finally going to give us a chance to see her going all out and see like what she's really capable of, other than, you know, I can fire a really, really big gun. So I'm hoping it's not just going to be like, oh, you know, she's just like, oh, I'll fire off like one shot or like multiple shots and I'll break through the kaiju shield. Like, it'll be like, you know, snap my fingers, it's kind of done. So hope we get to see at least like a chapter or two of fights before she goes in for the kill. That said, I want to know what the deal with her and the tiger is, because that is just incredibly badass that she has a freaking tiger that she rides into battle, and she did like a little Akira slide on it. By far one of the best panels we've ever gotten in this manga. Absolutely kick-ass. Really excited to see where this battle's going to go from here. Like I said at the beginning, Shonen Jump stuff will all be out today. So Kane and Kaiju will be hitting your channels. As always, if you like this content, you know, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I said, read-throughs will be back next week. And until then, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.